This is Erica from Ever Educating, and this channel is teaching tips, tools, ideas, and resources for new college instructors. As a new term begins, here are 3 potential ways to consider how to use your time wisely. Now, the first idea is, in addition to having office hours, so set times where you can meet with students, that's usually required by the university, also have email hours. So potentially, I will respond to student emails within a 24-hour period of having received it. Exceptions to this are the weekend, in which case I won't be answering any emails over the weekend. Or maybe you teach once a week, a seminar. My email hour policy is I'll respond to emails within a 48-hour period. After that point in time, feel free to nudge me if I have not responded. Okay? So consider if you want to set boundaries around your email response time, because students will email you all hours of the day, weekends, etc. So if you want to have some boundaries, you want to tell your students that so they know the expectation. Hey, if I'm teaching Monday, Wednesday, Friday in the morning, and you email me midnight on a Friday, I might not answer you until Monday at 9 a.m. And if our class is at 10, well, you want to make sure that if you have a question for me, you're asking me it as soon as possible, right? Or you're going to go to your classmates to see if they have any answers for you leading up to the weekend into Monday. So just something to consider when you're thinking of when to do your range. When do you teach, right? To make sure you are there for your students, but you're also creating boundaries as well for your own time. Now, another aspect of considering your time is time blocking. So you might want to consider, maybe you teach Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 9 to 11. Now, do you know that you end your time teaching and you're really energized, you're really excited, like that was an amazing class period, I'm raring to go? Well, then your best bet is probably to work on your teaching tasks from, let's say, 11 to 1 right after class. I'm going to do some grading, I'm going to do some lesson planning, I'm going to answer emails, whatever the case may be, because you're so energized. And that way, you're taking advantage of that energy to get more teaching work done. But maybe you're the opposite. I leave a class period and I'm drained. I'm peopled out. I don't want to have to think anything important or anything complex. Okay? Well, in that case, right after teaching is not the time to be doing your teaching work. So you might say, okay, I know I get my next wind usually from 3 to 5 p.m. or 8 to 11 p.m., right? Maybe you're a night owl. Well, then plan accordingly. Block out that time, like, okay, I teach from 9 to 11, and then I do more teaching tasks from 3 to 5, okay? So kind of get a sense of when you'll be doing your work outside the classroom that involves, all your teaching tasks. Similarly, you want to do this potentially with other aspects of your life. So maybe you teach Monday, Wednesday, Friday, so Tuesday is going to be your errand, cleaning the house day, and Thursday is going to be your academic writing and research day, right? Or maybe your mornings and afternoons have different themes, okay? So just getting a sense of creating a routine so you don't fall behind on everything that's important to you in your life. And then managing your time actually in class. So if you're teaching for a 50-minute period 3 times a week versus 75-minute period, 2 times a week, a 3-hour seminar once a week, you want to lesson plan and get a sense of the estimated time each task should take. I like having some buffer. So if I think, okay, this lecture will take me around 30 minutes and this activity will likely take around 15 to 20, okay, so that should be enough for a 55-minute class, especially like those few first minutes in the beginning where you're saying hello, people are walking in, you're taking attendance. But I might have, just in case the lecture runs short, the activity runs short, here's a third little thing that we can do to fill out that period. Okay, so planning your actual class periods could be obviously very helpful to have a sense of the time. So you're not 15 minutes in to a 75-minute course and you have nothing prepared. Okay, do you let them out early at that point? Do you just ask them how life is going? No, well, if you have a plan for a backup, you just plug that in and you're ready to go. And I do talk about like plug and play lesson planning in one of my earlier videos, so I'll link that on the screen now in case you want to watch that. But these are just 3 ways of considering your time for the new semester. If you found it helpful, click like and let me know. Subscribe to not miss out on future videos, and I'll see you next time.